The next day of our trip, we decided to go to Westminster Abbey, so we hopped on the Jubilee line in London subway system at Bermondsey and headed down to Westminster Station. And from Westminster Station, it's a short walk to the Abbey itself. Now, we'd already pre-booked some tickets with a time to entry, and it cost us $112 Canadian. And we also had to pay an extra £5 British pounds for some reason.
At least that's what I assume that's right.
It's construction.
That's really crazy, right? Crazy.
Yeah, before the line is too high. Are they close? Yeah, the artwork is amazing. It's all carved too, eh? So you enter in the north door, and the architecture of this thing is amazing. It's the first thing you notice is how amazing all the architecture is and the amount of detail that went into this place. Get closer. We got Tomb of George Canning. Sorry. To the memory of John Holles, Duke of Newcastle. That's his tomb. John Canning. Earl Canning. Charles John Earl Canning. Captain William Bain. Just amazing artwork in this place. Duke of Newcastle and his Duchess. These are memorials, this one is. So that's a tomb for the Duke of Newcastle and his wife. This is a memorial. Disraeli. So upon entering through the north porch, you immediately enter the north transept. And this is also called the Statesman Aisle because many monuments and tombs of statesmen can be found in this area. Also, you're not really allowed to take videos, and I had a GoPro, but no one said anything at first, and then eventually I saw the signs and decided to put away. Look at all the memorials to people. And tombs. Hugo Chamberlain. Yeah, there's royalty buried here. This is, they're in the special place underneath the altar. Here lies the body of Lord Kersey. Unreal, eh? Yes, this is on the floor too. William Stendhal Bennett, a musician. Herschel and Darwin. Huh. Thomas Livingston.
Other people are walking.
Yeah. This is no one you got it made. Trick. Richard Mead. It's very confusing to figure out. Who is who?
So many.
Yeah, somebody buried here. This is when you got money or you did something very famous. And it's a John Smeaton, civil engineer.
Can you see the side of the page?
Well, we'll see it. We'll go to the tomb.
Oh, it's right here.
Stained glass windows. So we followed the north aisle all the way down to the tomb of the unknown warrior before heading back up the south aisle and into the choir. Next we entered into the choir area and then on into the sanctuary and finally to Edward the Confessor's chapel and the high altar. By this point I wasn't taking videos anymore other than some quick ones with the cell phone. General Sir James Wolfe, the victor of Quebec, even though he lost his life in Quebec. This is his memorial. This is mine. Tomb of King Edward I, otherwise known as Edward Longshanks, the Hammer of the Scots. Tomb of Edmund Crouchback, the Earl of Lancaster. He was part of the royal house of the Plantagenets and was the founder of the House of Lancaster. Tomb of the Earl of Pembroke. Sir John Harpenden, knight, died in 1438. Inside this coffin is thought to be that of Albert Milling. Tomb of King Henry III. Tomb of Thomas Woodhull, Bishop of Durham, and secretary to King Henry VII. There's somebody in there too, buried. Sir James Fullerton and his wife, who served under Charles I, 1630. Tomb of Sir John Puckering, Speaker of the House, who died 1596, and his wife Jane. Charles D'Aubigne, who fought at the Battle of Bosworth Field, died 1508. Tomb of King Henry V. Tomb of Queen Philippa, wife of Edward III. Chapel of Henry VII, The Tudor dynasty, also called the Lady Chapel. Tomb of Queen Elizabeth I and Queen Mary. Tombs of Princess Sophie and Princess Mary, daughters of King James I. Mary Stuart died of pneumonia at the age of 17 months. Sister Sophie died at the age of 2 days. Her monument resembles a stone crib, and it's facing backwards, but there's a mirror on the wall so you can look inside the crib and see her. In the middle are the supposed remains of Edward V and Richard, Duke of York, the princess in the tower who disappeared. Margaret Douglas, Countess of Lennox. Mary, Queen of Scots, beheaded on orders of Elizabeth I, her cousin. Lady Margaret Beaufort, Countess of Richmond. We're back in the Lady Chapel, or the King Henry VII Chapel. Many royal family members are buried in a vault below the floor and have a location marker on the tiles. Tomb of Henry VII, Tudor, and Elizabeth of York. Duke of Buckingham Memorial. RCAF Chapel and the Battle of Britain Memorial. The first resting place of Oliver Cromwell. It was removed in 1661 during the Royalist Restoration. Arthur Stanley, Dean of Westminster. Antoine Philippe, brother of the last Bourbon king in France. Duke and Duchess of Lennox, Ludovic and Francis Stuart. The Northumberland Vault. Philippa Mahon, Duchess of York, died 1431. Sir George Villiers and Mary, Countess of Buckingham. George is buried somewhere else. Winifred, Marchioness of Winchester, died 1566. Mildred Cecil and her daughter Anne, Countess of Oxford, died in the 16th century. Anne Stanhope, Duchess of Stanhope, died 1587. Tomb of Edward III, died in 1377. Tomb of Richard II, died in 1413, and he's with his wife Anne of Bohemia. Edward Talbot, Earl of Shrewsbury, with his wife, he died in 1618. The Cranfield Monument in St. Benedict Chapel. William of Windsor and Blanche, children of Edward III. Tomb of John of Eltham, Earl of Cornwall, second son of Edward II, died in 1337. Leonard de Bohun, Duchess of Gloucester, 1399. Robert Waldeby, Bishop of York, 1397. Sir Humphrey Bouchier died at the Battle of Barnet, 1471. Monument to Richard Pecksall. Monument to Lord John Russell, 1584. Memorial to C.S. Lewis, author of the Narnia Chronicles. You actually know somebody? Geoffrey Chaucer, author of the Canterbury Tales, and the first to be buried in what is now the Poets' Corner in the Abbey.
No, I'm not.
From Poets' Corner, we then walked around the Great Cloisters, seeing all the memorials and tombs that were there.
Fine.
The Chapel of Pyx, which is used as a storage area as well as a common room.
The oldest door.
The oldest door in Britain, me being the smartass, then tried to open it. Another look at the coronation chair. You can't actually go up to it, unfortunately.
King Charles.
Finally, we went into the chapter house, which is just a huge round room with really beautiful stained glass windows. There's not much to see inside it, just the architecture type. There was some faint murals along the walls that were hard to spot at first.
Murals. This is the exit. Weren't allowed to take videos inside, but I took a few when I could. It's pretty cool stuff.